94.9 and 104.5, The Pick. Who's this?
Marten Andersson. How you doing, brother?
Hey, not bad. Marten Andersson. How are you doing, man? Where are you at right now?
We are in New Jersey.
There you
go.
go.
We are playing here tonight.
Fantastic. All right. Who you playing with tonight?
It's an evening with Lita Ford tonight. Just us.
Oh, just you guys. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you don't need an opener. Just do it all solo.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually, because Lita tells some cool stories. You know, how, like you wrote songs for certain people and this and that. And, from a fan standpoint, I love it too,
Oh, for sure. And I think the last time I saw Lita Ford probably would have been about 2017. You guys were touring with Dokken. I'm not sure if you were in the band at that point, were you?
No, I was not. No, I was with Steelheart at that point, actually.
Oh, fantastic. But yeah, I mean, Lita puts on a great show, and I'm sure it's even better now that you're in the band, right?
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're getting a lot of compliments, and we're doing real well, I think. It's a really solid unit right now, and I got Bobby Rock behind me on drums, so how can it not be solid? The guy is a monster back there,
Definitely. Now, before we get into anything, I just wanted to give a shout out to our mutual friend, Mike Gobby, for hooking it up with this.
Yeah.
Mike, you are the man.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
Now, I've actually been a longtime fan of Lizzy Borden. Back in the day, Lizzy Borden, I mean, you guys toured with everyone. Were you in the band when you guys were with Motorhead?
I came in on the Master of Disguise tour, so yes, I came in after. But yeah, we toured with everybody. Yeah, we were really good in the Eastern type countries. We did really good, and we were in Budapest, to Russia, to all those places, and I mean, we did good, really good in Germany too, and places like that, of course. But yeah, we were on the road for forever. It seems like.
One thing that stuck out to me is that, way back in the day, I want to say like 99, 2000, around then Lizzy Borden actually did some work with Todd McFarlane. What was that like?
Oh, yeah. No, he was a fan of the band, and we had come back with, it was sort of what was considered sort of the comeback album at the time, because we had broken up as a band and so forth. So, and he was a fan of the band, and I guess Lizzy knew someone that knew him, and had reached out, hey, you want to do the artwork for the album cover, which ended up being the stage show after, too, all the scrims and stuff on stage. And he came on board, and then he did it because he was a fan, So, because there's no way in the world you can afford Todd McFarlane, especially at that time.
Oh, for sure.
Otherwise,
Well, I mean, Spawn at that time was just ginormous.
Right. Oh yeah, it was just huge, and we got a lot of press out of that one, I would think. But even putting on the stage show and everything, and the scrims and everything had all the Todd McFarlane stuff too on there. So it was cool, man. It was fun. Sure. It was a good moment in time.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Todd McFarlane fan as well. I mean, just looking around my studio, I have several Todd McFarlane Batman action figures hanging on my wall.
Yeah, right. I mean, he just took all that stuff to another level, Spider-Man and everything,
Yeah, but nowadays, I mean, you are jamming out with Lita Ford. So how do you go from Lizzy Borden, and then you were in with George Lynch for a little bit, Steelheart, and then Lita Ford? How does that train roll along? How'd you get to where you are?
I'm one of those guys. I like to keep active, and of course, you know what they say: if you do your hobby for a living, you never have a Monday in your life, right?
Sure.
So, and I just felt that way with music and the way it makes me feel playing with people, and so I just kept going, But you run into people over the years, and coming from Lizzy, and then I went with Lynch. I think it was with Lynch about 5 years, maybe 6 years off and on for the most part, and that's when I met Mike too. Obviously, we met through George and everything because he's good buddies with George.
Sure.
And the train just kind of kept rolling,
Oh, definitely, as it goes. And actually, on August 19th, I mean, pretty much the whole reason for this phone call, Lita Ford is going to be joining Dokken with George Lynch, Firehouse, and Vixen at Shoshone Bandit Casino Hotel. I mean, you guys getting pumped up for that show or what?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. What a great bill, If you're a fan of that era of music or any kind of just rock and roll in general, how can you not want to see that, So I always make sure, I'm still a fan at heart, you know what I mean? Like, so I check out everybody's shows as much as I can, So it just, I'm still a big fan at heart when it comes to this type of music.
Well, I mean, that just means, like you said before, you never work a day in your life if you do what you love, right?
Yeah, I've talked about this in previous interviews and stuff too, but it's just kind of funny how, I remember myself as a 14, 15-year-old kid and, trying to figure out Mr. Scary and, rocking out in my bedroom, in my home, I've been, my mom and dad's house, and then just, you know what I mean? Like, and then you fast forward till I'm, 35 or whatever, and I'm standing there playing the same song with George, It's, it's all about manifesting, man. I already saw it at 14, 15, I already saw George standing next to me, on some level, right?
Right, exactly. Well, it should be a little bit of a reunion on the 19th then. I mean, you'll have to say what's up to George and maybe jam out a little, huh?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, we're good buddies, man. We don't talk all that often, but we when we see each other, it's always like, 2-3 hour conversations sometimes and catching up and everything. So I have nothing but great memories of that time,
I mean, especially in this business, when you go and move on to something bigger or better or different or whatever the case may be, you always got to leave on a good note because you never know where you're going to end up 5 years later, right?
Yeah, for sure. And, it's just, it's a small business and this and, it's just, sometimes ultimately it might not work out for whatever reason, but I always try to take the high road no matter what happens,
Exactly. And that's a good quality to have, especially nowadays where it's so common for people to ghost people, like they say, just stop talking to them or just quit without any notice or anything like that. So that's a good quality to have, Marten.
Yeah, well, thanks. Appreciate
no
it. Learned something over the years, right?
Exactly.
They're all relationships in one fashion or another. Every situation, job, or whatever it may be, it's a form of relationship. So, probably not romantic, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? So you just, work with what you got and you treat it like any kind of relationship on some level, even if it's a job relationship, That's where I come from with that.
Yeah, mutual respect. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So with this Lita Ford show happening on August 19th, Shoshone Bandit Casino Hotel, remember, if you don't have tickets yet, there are some select tickets still available on our website, classicrockidaho.com. But here's the thing, Marten, if someone has not been to a Lita Ford show before, what can they expect?
Get ready to get run over by the freight train. It's called Lita Ford Freight Train. That's what we joke about. No, it's really high octane. I like to think that we're kicking some major ass out there, and some great songs. We're of course playing all the hits and some stuff that's a little bit maybe off the catalogs, but we're kicking ass, and it's like a loaded freight train that we just it's a little friendly competition with our colleagues and our own other bands too. Of course, we want to put on a good show and say, okay, you're up. Show me what you got. So it's going to be great, man.
Hey, I can't wait. And once again, tickets available for the show on our website, classicrockidaho.com. Now, Marten, I know you're busy. You're on tour. You're doing your thing, so I won't take too much of your time. One last question for you. So every day at noon, I have a feature on my show. I call it Shaggy's Big Hairy Lunch, where I like to play hair bands and hard rock, heavy metal kind of things to kick off the lunch hour. I'm always looking for, new songs to put in the playlist. Is there anything from Lizzy Borden or maybe Lita Ford that you would suggest putting in that playlist?
Tomorrow Never Comes is a good Lizzy Borden song, and I say that because we wrote that as a band, as a co-written song. But I mean, anything from the Appointment with Death record is a good song because we co-wrote it as a band. And of course, Lita, that Can't Catch Me is a great song that she co-wrote that with Lemmy. I know she always tells the story about that whole thing and then how she ended up riding with him and everything. And being a big Motorhead fan, I always try to dig in a little extra deep and get those Motorhead chords out on the bass.
For sure, fat and chunky chords.
Make Lemmy proud looking over us. So that's always a good song. So any of those two songs are always great.
You know what? Consider them added to the playlist officially.
All right.
There we go. Marten Andersson, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule and chatting with me, man.
Oh, of course, man. It's my pleasure, man. I'll see you over there, man.
Oh, for sure. Remember, August 19th. That is just a couple weeks away. Shoshone Bandit Casino Hotel. Tickets available on our website, classicrockidaho.com. Anything else you want to say, Marten?
No, that's it, man. Just keep checking the website. We got the Lita Ford online, .com for tickets and shows, and also, of course, my website, marten.cc. It's marten.cc, no .com or anything like that. And I got all the tour dates up there as well. So check it out, and take it from there and come on and rock with us.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Marten Andersson of Lita Ford. Thank you so much, man. You have a great day.
You too, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, have a good one, all right?